hope to impress on you again that it is an honor to serve the American people in your company.
Right now on 13 Action News Live at 11, remembering an American hero, reaction pouring into John McCain's death. Plus,
oh my God! Lucy, please, no!
The second police shooting in the Valley in 24 hours.
13 Action News is live with this dramatic video, and our expert breaks down what happened.
Plus, Contact 13 exposes a new scam preying on people trying to make some extra cash. But first, our top story is centered on that new video of the latest police shooting here in our valley. That video is tough to watch, so we're not going to show it to you just yet. We want to give you enough time so you can get any younger viewers out of the room. We've also decided not to show the parts of that video where a suspect is seen pointing a gun at himself. 13 Action News reporter Austin Carter is live now to break down that video for us. Good evening, Austin.
Good evening, Tom. Well, this marks the 18th officer-involved shooting for Metro so far this year, 2 of them within just 24 hours. And today's shooting and standoff happened near Owens and MLK. This time, though, a neighbor pulled out their cell phone and pressed record.
Boosie, stop! You scared everybody!
This dramatic video taken on Facebook Live shows the moments leading up to Saturday's deadly officer-involved shooting.
He put that gun down, it's over.
The video playing out for over an hour as officers negotiated with a man in the middle of the street with a gun in hand before eventually being shot and killed by a Metro sniper. So we called 13 Action News crime and safety expert Randy Sutton to take a look at how this all went down.
The police are trying to negotiate with this guy. The guy's got a gun to his head.
And this all happening along Doolittle Avenue near Owens after a domestic call involving this man. Following a brief search in the area, Metro found the man with a gun. Officers were trying to negotiate with him here.
The officers are trying to get him, they're trying to de-escalate, they're trying to get him to put the gun down and let them take him into custody.
Take a look. The man could be seen waving his gun around during the standoff, at times pointing the gun at his own head and even in his mouth. Police say they had no choice but to shoot when he began pointing the gun at folks nearby and at officers.
They're still very much at risk here because not all those officers are behind that shield.
The man was later pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Randy says from this video, the man had time to put the gun down and cooperate, but the situation turned deadly.
It doesn't have to end as a fatal encounter, but the guy with the gun is holding all the cards.
And as you can see, some very tense moments for officers and folks living in that neighborhood. Right now, I'm working to find out who this man exactly is, try to get his identity. We're going to stay on top of this story and bring you the latest as soon as we can get it on air and online at ktnv.com. We're live, Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
Difficult to watch. Thank you, Austin. As we mentioned before, today's shooting marks the 18th shooting involving Metro officers this year, so we wanted to take a look at how that number compares to previous years. By August 2nd of last year, there were 16 officer-involved shootings. In 2016, we found there were only 10 recorded. But if you take a look at the far end for 2013, there were 13 recorded. And if you're not familiar with Las Vegas history, the Metro Police Department previously ranked 3rd in the entire country in officer-involved shootings per capita. It peaked back in 2010, and we actually ranked just behind Houston and Chicago. Soon after that, though, the department partnered with the Department of Justice to implement new reforms of its deadly force policy. And last year, officer-involved shootings were down 36% since 2010. And we have an interactive map on our website showing all the shootings involving Las Vegas Valley officers so far this year. You can find that on our website at ktnv.com. Well, now an update to the breaking news that shook our nation. Senator John McCain, who served the United States in both the military and in Congress, has died. His family announcing that he passed away this afternoon at his Arizona home after a long battle with cancer. Reporter Melissa Blasius from our sister station in Phoenix is in Sedona tonight with how McCain is being remembered.
Longtime Arizona Senator John McCain took his last breath at the home that he loved, a home near Sedona, Arizona. Last year, he was diagnosed with a deadly form of brain cancer, so we all knew that this day would come. However, it makes it no less devastating. The hearse carrying his body pulled away from the ranch here just before 7 p.m. local time in a long procession with a police escort. McCain was 81, a former Vietnam POW, longtime member of Congress, and in 2008, the Republican nominee for President of the United States. After months of visits with friends and political allies while he sought treatment, yesterday the McCain family announced the senator was stopping medical treatment. We knew that he was near the end. And tonight, the world remembers a man who is a hero, a patriot, and a defender of democracy. Reporting in Arizona, Melissa Blasius.
A true American hero, and reaction is pouring in tonight from around the country and from right here in Nevada. President Trump tweeting, quote, "My deepest sympathies and respect go out to the family of Senator John McCain. Our hearts and prayers are with you." And McCain's one-time 2008 election opponent, former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama, saying in part, quote, "We shared for all our differences a fidelity to something higher, the ideals for which generations of Americans and immigrants alike have fought, marched, and sacrificed. We are all in his debt." Longtime Nevada Senator Harry Reid, who started in the Senate the same day as McCain and served alongside him for 30 years, saying, quote, "John McCain was a war hero, a strong, independent fighter, and my friend. Our country lost an iconic leader today, and I will miss him terribly." And Nevada Senator Dean Heller expressing his condolences, saying, "Our country has lost an American war hero and a statesman who dedicated his life to serving a country that he deeply loved, and who fiercely advocated for our veterans and all those who continue to defend our freedoms today." And Senator McCain's daughter shared a heartfelt statement. She says in part, "We know that his flame lives on in each of us. The days and years to come will not be the same without my dad, but they will be good days filled with life and love because of the example he lived for us." And former President Joe Biden saying McCain was more than anything else just a friend. Last year, Biden lost his own son, Beau, to brain cancer, and he appeared on The View with McCain's daughter, Megan.
I think about Beau almost every day, and I was told, sorry, that this doesn't get easier, but that you cultivate the tools to work with this and live with this. I know you and your family have been through tragedy that I couldn't conceive of.
Well,
What would you tell people? It's not about me, it's about everyone with cancer.
It is about everyone. But look, one of the things that gave Beau courage, my word, was John. Your dad, you may remember when you were a little kid, your dad took care of my Beau.
And we're not done with our coverage of John McCain's passing. In just about 8 minutes, we'll have an in-depth look at that life of a true American hero. We are on top of breaking news just into our newsroom. Homicide detectives on the scene at Green Tree Apartments. Metro tells us at least one person was killed. Now that's near Bonanza and 28th Street. As soon as we get some more details, we'll pass it along both on air and at ktnv.com. Well, new tonight, Metro Police are in the midst of looking for more officers, especially hoping more women will join the force. But training isn't always easy, so they're hosting boot camps to show women exactly what it takes to make it. Testing speed,
sprint it until you get to the very end,
and agility. This boot camp, more than just a good workout, it's about showing women what's possible.
We have a lot of women that think they can't be part of the police department because it's a male-dominant job, but it's wrong.
Metro putting on this workout session today designed to train women thinking about joining the force. The exercise is the same they'll see on the real physical fitness test.
Everything that's going to make sure your core is strong, your legs are strong, your arms are strong, if you have to take a suspect down, defend yourself.
Metro hopes boot camps like these will add even more people to their list of recruits.
I want to help the community. I want to lower the crime rate in the community. And I also want to help out my own family.
A lot of work, but worth it once they can get that uniform.
It's inspiring because we're all meeting the same standard. There is no difference between your gender as far as what the standards are. They are what they are. You meet them or you don't. And if you don't, you go home and try again later.
Right now, OSHA is investigating after a construction worker got trapped in a trench at the old Riviera property. Now, this happened just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. Clark County firefighters sent us these pictures from the scene. They say the victim was working in a trench when a portion of a wall fell on him, trapping him at about waist height. He was eventually freed and was taken to UMC. No word right now on his condition. Well, now to a live look at New York, where we've learned more than a dozen people got stuck inside an elevator. Firefighters tell us between 15 and 20 people got stuck this morning. It took crews about 20 minutes to free those who were stuck. The good news, no one was hurt. Well, he rose to fame as the host of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Las Vegan Robin Leach has passed away at the age of 76. Leach suffered a stroke last year and reportedly had another one on Monday. He had been living back here in Las Vegas since June in hospice after he was first being treated in Ohio. 13 Action News spoke with his son, Steven, who says his dad loved Las Vegas.
And it was just his love affair with everything Las Vegas. He just loves this city. He loved the amount of tourism that came here on a daily basis, how people came in to see the shows, eat at the restaurants, and he just fell in love with a very generous city also. I mean, it's almost like a generous guy in a generous city.
He sure loved Las Vegas, and he was very active here in the community. He first moved here back in 1999. He worked with celebrity chefs at the Venetian, and he operated his own successful entertainment website at the Las Vegas Sun and the Review-Journal.
Well, outside, things looking pretty good today, and I think as it goes into the overnight hours, you're going to enjoy these temperatures, dry air around. That's going to last through your Sunday. We're going to take a look at that forecast coming up.
Check this out, a massive fire leading to several explosions, leaving a police officer hurt. Plus, a scam alert, make hundreds a week just for using your car. Contact 13 taking you inside the car wrap scam and showing you why it's so convincing. And tonight we remember John McCain, the fighter, the prisoner of war, a valiant veteran, the recipient of a Purple Heart, America's hero. All right, well, check this out. New video shows a huge fire consuming a building near a train station. This is in Switzerland. You can see flames shooting up into the air, and at some point, some sort of an explosion. Local media reports a police officer suffered ear trauma due to those explosions. And look at this, a 13-year-old in Rhode Island steals an ambulance and then crashes it into a motorcyclist before driving into the woods. The motorcyclist was wearing a GoPro camera, and from his perspective, you can even see that rookie firefighter actually clinging to the ambulance trying to stop the teen. Now, that firefighter injured but okay. The teen, who has autism and ADHD, was unharmed. Well, now an update to the breaking news you saw first live at 6. A fire at Sunrise Villas Apartments is now under investigation tonight. Clark County firefighters responded to the scene around 6:30 tonight. Now, this is near Eastern and Harmon. The townhome turned out to be vacant. No one was hurt. Well, new tonight, another sign of Vegas strong. An Oregon woman who survived the massacre has become a police officer. This is a picture of 23-year-old Lauren Card being sworn in earlier this week. After the shooting, Card says she tried going back to college but was having trouble focusing. To cope with the intense emotions, she decided to pursue a career in law enforcement. Well, now back to the passing of Senator John McCain. Millions are mourning tonight. After a year-long battle with brain cancer, Senator John McCain passed away today at the age of 81 at home in Arizona with his wife and children nearby. Now a live look at the White House right now, where flags are being flown at half-staff. Reporter from our sister station in Phoenix, Melissa Blasius, has a look back at the life of a true American hero.
My friends, we have come to the end of a long journey.
John Sidney McCain III, born August 29, 1936. As a naval pilot, he narrowly escaped death in a fire aboard the USS Forrestal in 1967. That same year, his plane was shot down over Hanoi, captured by the North Vietnamese. He was tortured 5.5 years as a prisoner of war.
I know how to fight, and I know how to make peace. I know who I am and what I want to do.
Years after his release, McCain married Cindy Hensley, his second wife, in 1980. He's a father to 7 children, including a girl adopted from Mother Teresa's orphanage. After resettling in Arizona, he ran for Congress in 1982. He was called a carpetbagger, but won the House seat anyway. After 2 terms, McCain was elected to the U.S. Senate.
Please raise your right hand.
The senator was later implicated in the Keating 5 campaign contribution scandal, a low point in his career.
I am supremely confident that they will conclude that I have no improper behavior involved in this particular situation.
John McCain emerged with a new passion to reform money in politics. Called a maverick, he bucked his Republican Party, and he worked with Democrats on campaign finance and other issues. McCain, a straight talker with a biting sense of humor.
I thank all of you for being here, trying to do the Lord's work in the city of Satan.
McCain campaigned for president twice, first in 2000.
We have sent a powerful message to Washington.
Then in 2008.
And today, I announce my candidacy for President of the United States.
That year, he won the Republican nomination. With a surprise choice of running mate, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin, McCain lost the election to Barack Obama. Then 72, McCain continued as senator and elder statesman, visiting troops overseas and digging into foreign policy. In 2016, now President Donald Trump questioned McCain's legacy.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay?
From his time in the POW camp, McCain had long-lasting physical problems, never again able to lift his arms fully above his head. He also had other health scares, bouts of skin cancer, leaving a large scar on his cheek.
I advise everyone wear sunscreen. Wear sunscreen. I'm dead serious.
His most brutal diagnosis came in July 2017, glioblastoma, a deadly brain cancer. Less than 2 weeks after surgery to remove the tumor, McCain returned to the Senate floor to become the deciding no vote on repealing Obamacare and to give his colleagues a stern reminder of their duty to the American people.
We're getting nothing done.
John McCain, Arizona senator, war hero, father, one of the most influential people in our country. Whether loved or hated, he never surrendered, always focused on his mission in life.
And I hope to impress on you again that it is an honor to serve the American people in your company.
A true American original, and to learn more about Senator John McCain's life, you can head on over to our website at ktnv.com.
Now, 13 First Alert weather.
Good evening, everyone. I'm 13 First Alert meteorologist Dan Broadus. Now outside, another warm one here in Las Vegas today. 75 days. Raising Cane's now donating to Make-A-Wish, $7,500 for that. Every time we hit 100, $100 goes in there. High temperatures today, as we just went over, it was above 100, 103 in Las Vegas, 81 for Mount Charleston, 97 in Pahrump, 106 in Laughlin and Lake Mojave. So pretty typical for this time of year, a couple degrees above average. Now we are cooling off nicely. 92, that current temperature here in Las Vegas, 100 still at the lake, 95 Laughlin, 90 out at Moapa. So temperatures about average for this time of year, for this time of night. Winds aren't too bad, but they're going to pick up a little bit by tomorrow. Wind tracker showing you that the winds are going to pick up. Southwest flow anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour possible. So gusts could be as high as 30 in some parts of town. So just keep that in mind. A little bit breezy for your Sunday. Monday, an identical forecast to Sunday. The winds are picking up anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts up to 30. Taking a look at your futurecast, any monsoon storms we're going to see over the next few days sticking back in Arizona. We're going to be dry across Las Vegas and actually most of Nevada over the next several days. And even by Monday, I think the monsoon takes a break everywhere in the country. We are going to be really dry this week, probably the driest week we've seen in about 2 months here across the desert Southwest. 77 degrees tonight for Summerlin, 57 up on the mountain. Tomorrow's high getting up to 80 up there, so if you don't want to deal with hundreds, head up there. 98 in Summerlin, 102 for Anthem. Winds picking up, as I mentioned. Do you want to go over that what was Hurricane Lane, Tropical Storm Lane right now, still bringing some heavy rains across Hawaii. There are flash flood warnings still in effect for every island. And there's that flash flood warning that's been in effect now for over 24 hours out on the Big Island because the rain just will not stop. Latest 50 miles per hour, so really not terrible wind speeds. The storm is going to continue to move out in the colder waters of the Pacific and die off, so definitely some good news. Our forecast, it's going to be the same every day pretty much. Temperatures just above 100 degrees every afternoon. A lot of sunshine out there. Good news, if you like it somewhat pleasant during the overnight hours, those overnight lows are going to drop in the upper 70s. And with the dry weather around, it's actually going to feel kind of nice.
Hey, 70s, haven't heard that in a while. Thanks, Dan. Well, make hundreds a week just for using your car. Sounds good, right? Well, it's a scheme we report on all the time. Now, Contact 13 taking us inside the car wrap scam to see why it's so convincing. And don't forget to download KTNV Mobile. It's in the App Store and in Google Play. It's free unless you watch 13 Action News video anywhere you have mobile service. And take a live look at the White House tonight, where flags are at half-staff honoring the late Senator John McCain, who passed away today at the age of 81. Well, noon tonight, just drive around and make money. Sounds nice, right? Well, 13 Action News reporter Nina Porciuncula and Contact 13 are taking you inside the scam that's stolen millions from people looking to make a little extra cash.
It can start with a job posting or an email. For Judy, it starts with a text.
Somebody wanting to advertise their product.
Offering easy money.
$550 a week.
She's looking for a job, and slapping some ads on her car sounds like a good fit.
Sign me up.
She'd be advertising for sheets, energy strips.
It doesn't come in a bottle. It's one strip.
A little research convinces her
it was legit.
They overnighted a $1,900 check, wanting money back from her. But Judy's not moving fast enough.
Have you deposited the check yet? Have you deposited the check yet? I said, no, I haven't gone to the bank. And he goes, I understand you because there's a lot of scam going on out there, but I'm giving you my word, okay? So that's when I said, well, who are you?
The jig is up. Judy offers to send back the check. The scammer threatens her with a CIA, FBI warning.
Not to text him back and I'd be arrested soon. And so I'm still waiting.
3 things these scammers do. They use a real product, but the car wrap company is not real. They send you a big old fat check and then they threaten you with arrest when you tell them to go take a hike. Nina Pershungla, 13, Action News.
Well, a prank gone very wrong. A family snatching several people, including children, from a park. So many people believing it was the real thing, but it wasn't. We'll have that story after the break. Well, new tonight, we're hearing some of the phone calls from one of the men accused of starving children in a makeshift compound in New Mexico. Lucas Morton heard talking to his mother from jail and shrugging off the charges against him.
So why the kids were starving?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. What they're saying is not true. It's a tree in the forest of what's going on. You know, they're just trying to play on the public opinion. But no, that's not the case.
Morton, one of 5 people involved in the appalling case, but a judge ruled Morton could soon be released from jail if he meets a few guidelines. Well, also new tonight, the family kidnapping prank gone horribly wrong, complete with a 911 call and an urgent police search. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez reports many people actually believed it was the real thing.
Tonight, prosecutors deciding whether the family allegedly behind a terrifying kidnapping hoax will face charges. Driving off in this truck after seemingly snatching several people, including children, from this Olympia, Washington park.
There is something going on. I'm by the Capitol Lake. I don't know what's happening. People are screaming. I see something. I don't know what it is.
That person calling 911 reporting seeing 5 to 6 men jump out of the bushes dressed in white plastic jumpsuits, grab and restrain 3 victims, one of which was believed to be a young girl.
That's serious stuff. We definitely take abductions seriously, especially when they involve a child.
State Patrol spending nearly 10 hours desperately searching until someone involved contacted investigators, admitting it was all staged, saying their idea was to play a prank on the youngest kids aged 11 and 15 years old by turning a scavenger hunt into an escape room-style kidnapping. The names of the people involved have not been released. Investigators say the family told them they thought the prank would be fun and they didn't realize the serious implications. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We'll be right back. Right now, here's a live look out at the valley on this Saturday night. All right, I want to end things on a positive note tonight. The pool literally going to the dogs. This is video from reporter Gina Lazara from her day off. It's the 10th annual Golden Pool Party down in Henderson. You can actually see Gina's dog Charlie in there too. At least 30 golden retrievers playing and splashing in the pool. A fun day for all. There's Charlie right there. A fun day for all of them. And Gina actually says in the winter, they do Christmas caroling with the golden retrievers as well. Super cute. Well, nothing else will top that in the show. So that's it for 13 Action News Live at 11. We're always on at ktnv.com, our mobile app, our Roku channel. Our next reports begin at 5 a.m. on Good Morning Las Vegas. Thanks for watching, everyone. And for all of us here at Channel 13, have a good night.